Hey, Maddie, where exactly are you right now? I just got home and the house is totally dark. What's going on?
Oh, relax, will you? Jesse and I are having dinner at that fancy French restaurant downtown.
Dinner? You didn't think to mention it earlier? And since when do we randomly have fancy dinners on weeknights?
Oh my gosh, you're so dramatic. Can't a mother and daughter treat themselves once in a while without the Spanish Inquisition?
It's not about treating yourselves. Look, something more important came up. There's money missing from my account. Specifically about $3,000. Do you know anything about it?
Missing? What are you talking about?
$3,000 has disappeared from my savings account. Not the joint one, the personal savings I've had since before we married. Maddie, did you withdraw money from there?
Oh, that. Oh, right. I remember now. Actually, it was probably Jesse who took it out.
Wait, what do you mean probably Jessie? Why would Jessie even have access to my personal account?
Well, she's almost in high school, isn't she? I thought it'd be good for her to learn how ATMs work, so I let her practice.
Practice? You let our daughter practice withdrawing money from my private savings account?
Why are you so worked up? It's not like it's a big deal or anything. It was just practice. Jeez.
Maddie, there's literally $3,000 gone. My money isn't some kind of training kit. And even if you wanted her to learn, why on earth didn't you set up a new account for her?
Because it was too much of a hassle. I didn't have her seal or any of her documents with me. Yours was the only one handy.
So your solution was to let Jessie casually withdraw thousands of dollars from my personal savings? Money I earned before we were even married? That money was supposed to be separate and untouched.
Honestly, stop shouting. You're embarrassing me even through text. Anyway, what's the big deal? It's just money. You have plenty.
Just money? Do you even hear yourself right now? This isn't about being rich or poor, Maddie. It's about boundaries and basic respect. Where exactly did that money go?
Ugh, look, I honestly don't know the details. Jessie probably just spent it shopping or something. She's at that age where she wants nice clothes and cosmetics, right?
Shopping? She blew through $3,000 in one afternoon of shopping?
Probably. Teenagers these days have expensive tastes. But listen, can we talk about this later? We're trying to have a nice evening here, and you're totally killing the mood.
Absolutely not. Tell Jessie right now that money wasn't hers to spend. And when exactly are you two coming home? We need to have a serious family conversation about this.
Sorry, but that's not happening tonight. We're checking into a hotel after dinner.
You're doing what?
Jessie wanted to make a girls' night of it, so I booked a nice suite downtown. We deserve to relax a bit after your endless drama.
You booked a suite after she wasted thousands from my personal account? Are you joking?
Oh, please, stop being stingy. It's done already, so just chill out, okay?
No, I'm not going to chill out. You've crossed a serious line here. I can't believe you thought this was okay.
Honestly, it's exhausting trying to keep you happy. Jessie's just having fun. We'll deal with your precious money tomorrow. Good night.
Maddie, don't you dare ignore me on this. We're not done yet. Jessie, we need to talk right now. Did you take money from my personal savings account today?
Oh, seriously? I'm trying to relax right now, Dad. You're totally ruining my vibe.
I don't care about your vibe. Answer me directly. Did you withdraw $3,000 from my savings?
Oh, that? Yeah, I guess I did. Mom said it was fine, so don't flip out.
Don't flip out! Are you kidding me? Even between parents and children, there are clear boundaries when it comes to money. Return the $3,000 immediately.
Sorry to break it to you, Dad, but it's already gone. Like, totally spent.
Wait, what? You spent the entire $3,000 in just one day? You can't possibly be serious.
I sure am. It's all gone. My friends and I had an epic shopping spree. Clothes, makeup, accessories, the works. And afterward, Mom and I had dinner at an incredible restaurant. It was awesome.
You're still in middle school. $3,000 isn't pocket change. What were you thinking blowing through that much money?
Jeez, chill out. Think of it as an early celebration for high school. You should be glad your daughter knows how to have fun.
Celebration? That's absurd. You can't just label reckless spending a celebration and expect it to be okay. You need to take responsibility for this now.
Responsibility? Please. You're always complaining about washing my clothes and uniforms anyway. Now everything's brand new and stylish. Problem solved, right?
This isn't funny, Jessie. That money took me years to save. You took something precious that didn't belong to you without even thinking twice.
Oh my God, Dad, you're so dramatic. It's just money. Mom literally handed me your passbook and seal. Maybe take your issues up with her instead of yelling at me.
Don't you dare dismiss this. Just money? You have no concept of how hard it is to earn and save that much. This is an unacceptable level of disrespect from you.
Okay, message received, but it's way too late to ask for it back. So can you stop with the lecture now?
Too late isn't good enough. You stole from me, plain and simple. Do you have any idea how serious this is?
Stole? Now, you're really exaggerating. Mom said it was fine. If anything, you should be mad at her, not me.
Believe me, I'll deal with your mother separately, but you aren't innocent here. You've crossed a serious line, Jessie, and your attitude is making it even worse.
Whatever, Dad. You're making way too big a deal out of this. Get over it already. It's literally only $3,000.
Only $3,000? You're unbelievable. This isn't going away, and neither are the consequences. You've gone way too far this time, Jessie.
Oh, please. You're seriously lecturing me about crossing lines? You're such a hypocrite, Dad.
You don't just get to throw out an allegation like that at me. What on earth are you talking about now, Jessie? How am I a hypocrite?
Don't pretend like you don't know. Mom already told me everything about you and your nasty little affair.
Affair? Have you completely lost your mind? I have never cheated on your mother.
Wow, you're still denying it? Mom said you've been sneaking off to see some younger woman every single day. You're disgusting, Dad. Honestly, a total pervert.
That's absolutely ridiculous. I have no idea why your mother would tell you something like that, but it's a complete lie.
Why would Mom lie about this? You're just upset because you've finally been caught. Face it, Dad, you're busted.
Jessie, this is ridiculous. You need to listen to me. You see me every day, right? What do I do all day? I go to work and I come home. That's literally my entire life. Where exactly would I even find the time to cheat?
I don't know, and honestly, I don't care. All I know is Mom told me you're having an affair, and I trust her way more than I trust you.
Your mother has twisted this whole situation, Jessie. She's lying to you, probably to justify the crazy things she's allowed you to do.
Oh, spare me your pathetic excuses. If anyone's twisted, it's you. Mom said you've been sneaking around for months, probably longer. She's been miserable because of you.
Isn't that rich? I'm the one who's been miserable dealing with your mother's manipulations and lies. This is another perfect example. She's trying to turn you against me.
I don't need Mom to turn me against you. You've done a good enough job of that yourself. Taking that $3,000 was nothing compared to what you've put our family through. Consider it partial compensation for all the emotional damage you've caused us.
Emotional damage? Are you kidding me? I've dedicated my life to providing for you both, and this is how you repay me?
You're lucky Mom hasn't divorced you yet. She's put up with your disgusting behavior for way too long. Frankly, I don't understand how she's been able to stand being married to you at all.
This is unbelievable. After everything I've done, you're attacking me based on some lies your mother fed you. Open your eyes, Jessie. You're smarter than this.
I'm plenty smart. Smart enough to see exactly who you are. You're just some pathetic cheater who can't handle getting called out. Honestly, if you're that unhappy, why don't you just pack up and leave already?
You're telling me to leave my own home now?
Yeah, why don't you just get lost and move in with your precious mistress? Nobody here needs a cheating, lying pervert around anyway. Mom and I would be so much better off without you.
Fine. If that's really how you feel, Jesse, then you should know the truth.
What truth? More of your lame excuses?
I'm not your father, Jesse. I never have been.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Exactly what you heard. I'm not your real dad. Your mother was seeing someone else right before we got married. You've accused me of cheating, but Maddie is the one who cheated on me.
No way. Mom would never cheat. You're lying. You're just trying to hurt me because you're mad.
I wish it was a lie. When you were 3 years old, a strange man showed up at our doorstep claiming to be your real father. At first, I didn't believe him. How could I? But we had DNA tests done quietly, and it confirmed he was telling the truth.
DNA tests? You're making all of this up, right? You're just trying to scare me.
It's not a scare tactic, Jesse. I have documents to prove it. One other thing you should know. I'm infertile, which means I've never been capable of having children. You're not my biological daughter. The man your mom was cheating on me with is.
No, that can't be real. Why would Mom do something like that? Why would she lie to me all this time?
Because the truth wasn't easy for her to tell, understandably. At first I was so angry I wanted to pack my bags and leave right then and there. But I didn't. I stayed. And it wasn't for your mother's sake. It was for you. Even though you weren't mine by blood, I loved you like my own daughter from the day you were born. You were just 3 years old. You had nothing to do with her mistakes.
But if it was true, why didn't you tell me earlier? Why wait until now, after all these years?
Because I didn't want you to suffer for your mother's mistakes. Your mother had no money, no stable family to turn to. If I had left back then, your life would have been unstable, unsafe, just all around difficult. I couldn't bear to see you grow up like that. So I chose to stay, to raise you as if you were mine. You deserved that much.
No, this can't be happening. This isn't fair. Everything I've known is a lie. How am I supposed to believe any of this?
I understand you're hurting right now, but the reality is that I have spent years putting your happiness and security ahead of my own feelings. You might not want to believe me, but it's true. I've raised you, cared for you, and provided for you, not because I had to, but because I chose to. Because I genuinely loved you.
Stop it. Just stop. I can't deal with this. It doesn't make sense. Mom wouldn't betray me like this.
I'm sorry, Jesse. Truly, I am, but you deserve to know the truth, especially after what you've said to me. I refuse to be painted as a villain in a story built entirely on lies. Well, Jesse, if you and your mom want me gone so badly, fine. I'm done. You won't have to deal with me anymore.
Wait, Dad, what are you saying? You can't just leave.
Actually, I can. I'll divorce your mother immediately and move out. Clearly, neither one of you appreciates anything I've done for this family.
Divorce? Hold on, let's talk about this first. You can't just make decisions like this out of nowhere.
It's not out of nowhere. You've both made it perfectly clear I'm not welcome in this family. Why should I stay somewhere where I'm openly disrespected?
But what about my school, my future? You said you'd always pay for my education. You can't just abandon your responsibilities.
Responsibilities? I've fulfilled more than enough responsibility raising another man's child all these years. I'm done financing your future. From now on, you and your mother can figure it out yourselves.
Dad, please, you can't do this. How am I supposed to pay for college? I don't have any money, and Mom certainly doesn't either.
That's not my problem anymore. If you need financial help, maybe you should reach out to your real dad. If you can even find him, that is.
That's so unfair. You know I don't even know who he is. You've always supported me. You can't just leave me stranded now.
You know what's unfair? You used me, levied egregiously false allegations against me, stole from me, and humiliated me. You and your mom wanted me out, and now you've got your wish. Congratulations.
I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean for it to go this far. How am I supposed to survive without your support? I don't want to get a job and take out a bunch of loans to pay for school. Please, Dad, you have to reconsider.
You should have thought about the consequences before you treated me like garbage. Enjoy your new life with your mother. I'm sure you'll manage somehow.
Please don't leave us like this. I'll apologize. I'll fix everything. Just please stay. We need you.
It's too late for apologies, Jesse. You took $3,000 from my savings. Consider that my final gift to you as your father. I've paid more than enough to support someone else's family already.
How can you be so cold to your own daughter? You've always been my dad, regardless of blood. You can't just cut me off like this.
I didn't make this decision. You and your mother did. I'm just granting your wish. Now it's time to face reality.
Dad, please, you can't leave me with nothing. I'm begging you to reconsider this.
I've made up my mind. I'm finished letting you both take advantage of me. Have a good life, Jesse.
What the hell is wrong with you? You told Jessie everything? You promised me you'd never tell her.
That promise went out the window the second you started poisoning her against me. And let me just stop you right there for a second. Don't you dare turn this around on me, Maddie. You're the one who filled her head with lies.
She's in shock. She's crying in the bathroom and won't come out. You blindsided her with something she never needed to know.
No, you blindsided her. You let her think I was cheating when I've been the one putting up with your betrayal for 15 years. I kept my mouth shut to protect her while you made me the villain.
I didn't mean for it to go this far. I swear, I didn't know what else to say. A while ago, she started asking me why I was so upset all the time. I got carried away and told her some things. And then she believed me so easily, I didn't want to lose her trust.
So you lied. You lied because it was easier than facing up to what you did. And you let her tear me apart over it every single day. I should have divorced you the minute that man came to our door.
I know I messed up. I'm sorry, okay? I lied to Jessie because I was ashamed. I couldn't live with what I'd done, and when she started trusting me, I just leaned into it. I didn't mean to turn her against you, I swear.
It doesn't matter anymore. I've had enough. There's no saving this. I want out.
Please don't say that. We can fix this. I'll tell her the truth. I'll make things right.
You already had 15 years to fix it. You chose to spend that time tearing down what little we had instead. I'm done carrying the weight of your mistakes. Sign the divorce papers when they arrive.
Please don't do this. Please just don't throw everything away.
I'm moving into a studio apartment. I'll be gone within the week, and you'd better start looking for a place too.
What are you talking about?
I'm selling the house.
No, oh please, not the house. Where are we supposed to go? Jessie has school. We have nowhere else.
That's not my problem anymore. I've supported both of you long enough.
I'll change. I swear I'll do better. Just give me one more chance.
I don't trust you anymore, Maddie. I don't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. Whatever this was, it's over. Congratulations. You'll never have to deal with this cheating, lying pervert ever again. After everything, I packed what mattered and checked into a business hotel that same night. I changed my phone number, updated every bank and password, and made sure there was no way Maddie or Jessie could contact me. The divorce was handled entirely through my lawyer, so I never saw either of them again. Once the house was sold, they were forced out with nothing but what they could carry. Last I heard, they moved into a rundown apartment on the edge of town. Maddie refused to get a job, crying all day, while Jessie spiraled. She dropped out of school and started blaming her mother for everything. The two of them fought so loudly the neighbors reportedly filed complaints. As for me, I met someone a year later. She's kind, strong, and like me, unable to have children of her own. We understand each other. Eventually, we adopted two siblings who needed a home. They're not related to us by blood, but that doesn't matter. We laugh, we eat dinner together, we respect each other. It turns out, love built on truth and choice is stronger than any lie ever told. And for the first time in years, I feel free.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hi, Monica. I'm sorry to bother you. I was just wondering if you might have a few minutes to talk. Not really. I'm in the middle of about 1,000,000 things. Packing, double-checking reservations, all of it. I understand you're busy. I wouldn't ask if it wasn't really important. Seriously? If it's that important, just spit it out. I can't stand here holding my phone forever. It's about your mother. Oh my God. Again with this? Didn't we already settle this years ago? I know you said I could handle the day-to-day stuff, and I have, Monica. I really have. But this is different. I told you, Annie, you are the caretaker now. You handle everything. That's the way it's been ever since my brother died. I remember. And I don't mind helping, truly. But this is something you need to know about. Need to know? You're acting like the house is on fire or something. It's probably just another one of her coughing fits. You're way too soft, Annie. Always blowing stuff out of proportion. It's not a coughing fit, Monica. It's more serious than that. Ugh! Nothing is more serious right now than me getting packed. I don't have time for drama. Packed? Are you going somewhere? Obviously! I'm going to Hawaii, baby! Me and Steve are finally doing our second honeymoon. Beaches, cocktails, massages, the whole dream! Hawaii? Wow. I didn't realize you were planning a trip. Decided yesterday. Spontaneous trips are the best, Annie. You don't plan happiness. You just grab it and go. I mean, I get wanting a break, but with everything going on, maybe it's not the best time. Your mother isn't doing well, Monica. Oh my God! You sound just like the doctor. She's deteriorating rapidly. It could be any time. Blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, I know. So what am I supposed to do? Sit here and watch her die slowly? I just thought maybe you'd want to be here in case she, needs you. Honestly, I'd rather remember her how she was before she turned into a frail mess. I'm not cut out for all that depressing stuff. I know it's hard, Monica. Believe me, I know. But sometimes it's not about what's easy for us. It's about being there for the people we love. Ugh, Annie, you're such a martyr. Always with the selfless speeches. Well, newsflash, not everyone wants to throw their life away playing nurse. I'm not throwing anything away. I'm just trying to honor the people who loved us. Yeah, well, good for you. Meanwhile, I'll be sipping a margarita on the beach. Life's short, Annie. You gotta enjoy it while you can. I just thought you'd want to know that your mother doesn't have much time left. I thought you'd care. I do care. I care that I'm about to get a fat inheritance when this is over. That's what the doctor basically said yesterday. Might as well start picking out the countertops. Monica, she's your mother. She's not a paycheck. Oh, please. She made her choices, Annie. She's the one who decided to stay holed up in that creaky house instead of selling it when it was worth something. She's the one who made her bed. Now she can lie in it. I don't know what to say to you right now. I really, truly don't. Say thank you, maybe? For making it easy for you to keep playing Florence Nightingale without any competition. You love being the good little caretaker. Admit it. That's not why I'm here, Monica. And I don't love watching people I care about fade away. But I'll be here because it's the right thing to do. Good for you. I'll send you a postcard. You can read it to her when she's feeling extra sorry for herself. I hope you find whatever it is you're so desperately chasing, Monica. I really do. I already did. It's but I wanted you to know that your mother passed away last night. Oh, okay. Anyway, the beach is amazing today. The weather's perfect, and Steve just ordered us coconut drinks with little umbrellas in them. Total paradise. I'm a little surprised you're so calm about it. I thought maybe you'd want a moment to, I don't know, process it? Annie, seriously? I'm on vacation. I'm not gonna sit here being all mopey while I'm sipping Mai Tais. Life moves on. It's not about moping, Monica. It's about acknowledging her life, showing a little respect. Ugh. You are so dramatic. She lived, she died, the end. That's what happens. People die. You think sitting around crying is gonna change it? No, but it would show that she mattered, that she wasn't just some inconvenience you couldn't wait to be free of. OMG, Annie, not you too. Everyone's so obsessed with making death some big tragic event. It's natural. It's normal. I agree it's natural, but it doesn't mean it's not important. She was your mother, Monica. Yeah, and she wasn't exactly Mother of the Year, okay? Always nagging, always complaining, always needing something. You think I'm gonna cry because the world's biggest buzzkill finally kicked the bucket? I think you're hurting more than you realize. You just don't want to admit it. Oh my God, Annie, please. Save the therapy session for someone who cares. I'm fine. Actually, I'm better than fine. I'm in Hawaii. I'm glad you're enjoying your trip, but I did want to let you know the funeral's been scheduled. It's in 3 days. Were you planning on coming back from your vacation to attend it? LOL, do you even need to ask if I'm coming? You're the one who handles everything, remember? That's your job, Little Miss Perfect. I know I've been taking care of things, Monica, but this isn't just stuff. This is your mother's funeral. You should be there. Why? So I can stand around and listen to people pretend she was some saint? So I can fake cry for a bunch of old relatives I don't even like? No thanks. Monica, I'm not asking you to put on a show. All I'm asking you to do is please give your mother the dignity of having her last living daughter at her funeral. I think she deserves that much for all she did for you. Oh, please. Spare me the Hallmark card speech. I'm not flying back to cry over someone who did nothing for me. I'm staying right here where the drinks are cold and the sun is hot. I'm sorry you feel that way, but okay. I'll handle everything. Good. That's what you're good at, Annie. Cleaning up messes other people don't want to deal with. I'm not cleaning up a mess. I'm honoring your mother's life, even if you won't. Blah, blah, blah. You can keep playing the sad little martyr. I'm living my best life. When do you plan to come back, Monica? Me and Steve are extending the trip a little. We're thinking maybe another week. Just enough time to let you handle all the boring funeral crap. I'll make sure everything's done properly. I owe her that much. Great. Speaking of which, you'd better be out of the house by the time I get back. Out? What are you talking about? Hello? I'm inheriting the house, remember? Which means you need to pack up your little pity party and move. Monica, this is still your family's home. It's filled with your childhood, your memories, your mother's things. Pfft, memories don't pay the bills, sweetie. I'm selling that place the second I get back. Steve already called a realtor. I see. That's very quick. Quick is good, Annie. I'm not sitting around soaking in sadness. I'm cashing in and moving on. I wish you could see it differently, but I guess that's not who you are. Oh, boo-hoo, Annie. You're so sentimental, it's pathetic. You probably want to turn it into a little museum or something. I just believe some things are worth preserving. Well, I don't. You can have your memories. I'll take the check. Thanks. I would say your mother is more important than dollar signs. Oh, for God's sake. Would you stop pretending you're part of the family? You were just the tag-along anyway. Monica, after your brother died, do you know what your mother told me? She told me that I could put her in a home if I wanted. She didn't want to be a burden on me. But I didn't feel right doing that. Your mother was kinder to me than I ever deserved, so I stayed with her. I chose to do the right thing. Ha! Right thing for who? Not for me. Not for Steve. You just wanted to play Little Miss Perfect, acting like some saint while I had an actual life to live. I wasn't trying to compete with you, Monica. I never have. I just loved her, even when it wasn't easy. Love, love, love. You're obsessed with all that love crap. Love doesn't pay for trips to Hawaii, Annie. Love doesn't buy beachfront property. Maybe not, but at least love doesn't leave you bitter and empty inside. Oh, please. I'm not bitter. I'm living my best life. I hope it's everything you want it to be. While you're sitting around crying into your photo albums, I'll be buying designer handbags and going on cruises and spa days. This is my time, Annie. I'm glad you're excited. I just wish you could see what you're really losing. The only thing I'm losing is a headache, and good riddance to it. Take care of yourself, Monica. Whether you believe it or not, I really do wish you well. Yeah. Save the sound. Why are you still squatting in that house? I gave you a whole freaking week, Annie. A whole week. What part of get out did you not understand? Hello, Monica. I know you're upset, but yelling isn't going to help either of us. Maybe you should slow down for a minute. Ugh! You don't get to tell me what to do. That's my house now. And if you're not out by tonight, I swear to God, Annie, I am calling the police. You're free to call them if you want, but I doubt it would go the way you think. Things aren't exactly how you imagine them, Monica. Are you serious right now? You can't just stay in my inheritance. That's not how this works, you idiots. Maybe you could explain it to me then. I'd love to hear your version. Fine. I'll spell it out slow, since you clearly need it. When someone dies, their stuff goes to their family, their real family. And that's me, Annie. Me, her only daughter. That means the house, the money, the estate, all of it is mine. Thank you for the passionate explanation, Monica, but I actually already know how inheritance law works. Your mother's lawyer explained everything to me when he came by to go over the will. What? He came to you without me? How is that even legal? Aren't all heirs supposed to be there when they read the will? Or are you just making crap up now because you know you're screwed? That's a thing they do in movies, Monica. In real life, the lawyer presents the will to whoever's actually mentioned. No dramatic group readings by the fire. No arguments in front of a chandelier. Oh my God, save the sarcasm. I'm her daughter. Of course I should have been there. I I'm her blood. That makes me the main heir. You're half right. You're her daughter, but you're not her heir. What the hell does that mean? It means... I'm sorry, Monica, but your mother didn't leave you the house. She didn't leave you the estate either. You're lying. You are straight up lying to my face. I'm not lying. You'll see when the lawyer sends you your official copy. Like hell I'm waiting for that. Tell me right now, Annie. Tell me what you think you're getting away with. I swear if you're lying to me, it'll be the last thing you do. All right, I'll tell you. But remember, you asked for this. Spit it out, Annie! To my daughter, Monica, if you are reading this, know that my heart grieves for the woman you have become. I regret that I did not raise you better, to be more patient, more loving, more loyal. In my greatest time of need, when my health failed and my heart was broken, I asked you for help. You turned your back on me without hesitation. It was Annie who stayed, Annie who comforted me through my loneliness, my sickness, my grief. Because of her kindness and because of your cruelty, I leave my entire estate, my home, my savings, my belongings, to Annie. She's been the family I lost in you. This can't be happening. This is a lie. It has to be a lie. You're lying. I'm her daughter. Her only daughter. I know this hurts, Monica. I really do. But this was her choice. No! She was sick. You took advantage of her. You fed her lies about me. She wasn't confused, Monica. She knew exactly what she wanted. Her mind was clear right until the very end. This isn't fair. This isn't right. I get nothing? Nothing? Not nothing. You weren't completely left out. Aha! I knew it. I'm getting something after all. Tell me, Annie, what is it? You were left $200. $200? That's right. Exactly $200. Why the hell only $200? What kind of insult is that? She said it was to reimburse you for all the birthday gift cards you sent her over the years. Remember? You always just sent her $20 gift cards to that steakhouse she hated. This is a freaking joke. A cruel, sick joke. It wasn't a joke to her. She wanted to make sure everything was settled. Give me the house. Give me the money. I'm calling a lawyer if you don't. You can call whoever you like, but I'm afraid the law is on my side. You're pathetic, Annie. A greedy little thief. You wormed your way into her heart when she was weak. I stayed because she needed someone. That's all. You think that makes you better than me? No, but I know it made me a better person than I would have been if I'd walked away. Screw you! Screw her too! You both deserve each other. I'm sorry you feel that way. You'll pay for this, Annie. I swear on my life you'll pay. Before I go, there's something else you should know. Unless it's Annie is giving you all the money, I don't want to hear it. It's not about money. It's about her last request. She asked that after she passed, I block your number and never speak to you again. You coward! You can't hide from what you did. You're a snake, Annie! A snake! Cutting Monica out of my life was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. No matter what she said to me or how cruel she became, I know it must have been devastating for her to hear her mother's final words. It was painful for me having to reveal to Monica that her mother saw her as a disappointment. I can't imagine how heavy that must weigh on her heart. I still wish things could have been different. I wish she could have seen her mother's love for what it was, instead of always chasing after something shinier. I hated having to call the police when she refused to leave the house, screaming and crying and accusing me of stealing what was never hers to begin with. But her mother asked me to protect her wishes and protect the home we shared. Now, with everything settled, I plan to live simply, not extravagantly. I don't need much, and since I've already got a house with no mortgage to pay, my expenses will be pretty minimal. What I'd like to do first is use most of what I inherited to establish a scholarship fund in their memory. After that, I'll be looking for other various charities to contribute to.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Kendall got dumped, didn't you? From today, I'm his wife. You must be devastated.
Huh? London? It's rare for you to message me on here. What's going on?
I'm saying you got dumped by Greg. Must feel awful, huh?
Wait, you can't be serious. Did you really?
Yep, just filed the marriage certificate with Greg today. It's official. I'm his wife now.
Wait, you actually filed it? I thought you were just infatuated with Greg. I never imagined it would go this far. I didn't think you two were really involved.
Oh, we were. Well, technically, we kept it under wraps while he was still with you. We knew it would be easy to get caught since we were already living together. We didn't want to blow our cover before the divorce was finalized, so yeah, we waited.
So you waited until the ink was barely dry on the divorce papers, huh?
Exactly. The minute you texted me saying the divorce was official, Greg and I, well, let's just say we celebrated properly. We didn't waste any time. And this morning we went down to City Hall and submitted the marriage certificate. Greg said he's been itching to make it official for ages. He could barely wait. Isn't that cute?
Well, honestly, do whatever you want. I still don't understand why anyone in their right mind would want to marry that guy, though.
Oh, please. That's the most obvious jealous ex-wife response I've ever heard. Of course you're bitter. I mean, it must be painful. First you get dumped by your darling husband, and the very next day he marries your little sister. It's a total nightmare for you, right?
London, before you get carried away with your fantasy version of events, let me correct one thing. I wasn't dumped. I was the one who got fed up with Greg's nonsense and filed for the divorce. It wasn't him who left me.
Wait, what? You filed for divorce?
Yeah, that's right. There were plenty of reasons for it, too. Greg gave me more than enough cause to end things, but if you really want to know the details, I am happy to tell you. Just know that Greg isn't the saint you think he is, and the divorce was very much his fault. So don't go thinking I got dumped like you're imagining.
Huh. Honestly, I couldn't care less about the reasons for your divorce. Whatever it was, I'm sure it was just some petty argument or your pride getting hurt over something trivial. Either way, the only thing that really matters here is this. You're the one left behind. You're just a sad, discarded woman, and that's the reality. That's the only thing that matters.
Fine, I won't waste time explaining anything to you then.
Exactly. Besides, if I ever care enough to know why you two split up, I'll just ask Greg myself. Anyway, speaking of the divorce, now that it's final, you should probably start packing and move out of the house.
Excuse me? Why should I be the one to move out? This is my family's house. Greg was living here because he was married to me. Now that we're divorced, he's the one who needs to leave.
But now I'm his wife, your sister. So technically, since I'm here too, Greg still has every right to stay. That means you're the one who should leave. That's the logical next step, don't you think?
I'm pretty sure the logical thing would be not to marry your sister's ex-husband in the first place, but whatever.
Look, it's simple. You need to move out. Mom and Dad are on board with this too. They think it's best, so it's 4 against 1, and that means you're the one who has to go.
Wow, 4 against 1, huh? Guess I'm outnumbered. Fine, if that's how it is, I'll move out. Honestly, it'll probably be a relief to be away from all of you. Living on my own has plenty of upsides anyway, so I am not complaining.
Look at you trying to act all tough, like moving out is something you want to do. Don't pretend this is anything but a loss for you.
Uh-huh, sure. You can think what you want. Anyway, I'll plan to be out by the end of the month.
What? At the end of the month? Can't you leave sooner than that?
Well, I need time to arrange for movers and pack everything up. Or are you volunteering to help me with all of that?
Ugh, no thanks. That's your problem, not mine.
Then the end of the month it is.
Fine. I guess that's okay as long as you're gone eventually. Oh my god, I can't wait. I'm going to turn your old room into my personal walk-in closet. I've been dreaming about this forever. It's going to be amazing. Kendall, it's the end of the month already. Hurry up and get out.
I'm already gone.
What? What are you talking about?
Do you even know what time it is?
Around 9 p.m.?
London, did you just wake up?
What do you mean?
I mean, your schedule is all over the place. You're practically nocturnal. Not surprised you didn't notice I already moved out. Instead, you're just now sending me a sleepy message.
What are you talking about? When did you even move out?
Oh, London, you should be embarrassed. You are so out of touch, it's honestly a bit sad.
Hey, hold on.
Honestly, it's been a blessing to leave that house. I've been wanting to move out for a while, and now I finally have.
Seriously, what's your deal?
By the way, don't bother asking for my new address. You're not getting it.
Like I care? Why would I even want to know where you were living?
Good, I figured as much. Just thought I'd give you a heads up. You might want to start looking for your own place soon.
What do you mean by that? Why would I need to move?
That house is going to be sold.
Huh? What are you even saying right now?
The house will be sold. I'm handing it over to a real estate agent in early next month. So you'll need to make sure you're out by the end of next month.
Are you out of your mind?
No, I'm perfectly fine. But you've got a month to move, so I'd suggest you start packing.
You're the one who's totally lost it. That house was built by Dad. You don't have any right to sell it. This is crazy. You're being ridiculous.
Well, it's not as ridiculous as you think. I hate to break it to you, but I do have the right. You might want to get ready because soon enough that house won't be yours anymore. Enjoy your last month there.
No way. You can't just sell it like that. This is Dad's house.
It was Dad's house, London. Now it's time for you to face reality. The house will be gone before you know it. You're going to have to find somewhere else to live.
This has got to be a joke. There's no way you have the authority to sell the house.
Believe me, it's no joke. So I'd suggest you stop wasting time and figure out your next move. Time is ticking.
Kendall! I just got told to get out. Did you really go through with selling the house like you said you would? Did you actually sell it? This house belongs to Dad. That's illegal. Are you seriously jealous because I took your husband and now you want to take revenge or something?
You've thrown out so many issues, I don't even know where to start.
What do you mean? I'm trying to warn you that you're the one committing a crime.
All right, if you insist, I'll break it down for you point by point. First of all, the house isn't under your dad's name anymore.
What?
Remember a few years ago when we renovated parts of this house?
Yeah, I remember.
That renovation cost $300,000. I paid for all of it.
No way.
And I paid it all in one lump sum.
$300,000 in one go? You're just an office worker. How did you manage to save that much?
Oh, I guess I didn't mention it. I co-founded a business with a friend, and now I'm the executive director.
Wait, seriously?
Plus, around that same time, Dad's company went bankrupt. He managed to get another job through connections, but his salary was significantly lower. There were also issues with property taxes. After considering everything, I decided to take over the remaining mortgage, and we transferred the house's ownership from Dad to me. And by the way, I already paid that loan off early.
Wait, are you serious?
So to sum it up, I'm the legal owner of the house now. Since you've kicked me out, it's clear that you can't just keep living here, right?
Is this really happening?
This conversation is wild. How could you think you could just push me out like that? You really thought you could take over?
But it's my family home.
That's what you think. The truth is, I'm the one with the legal title now. You should have thought about this before making any hasty decisions.
I can't believe this.
Well, you might want to start believing it. Because the reality is, this house is mine, and there is no way you or anyone else can stay here after what happened.
But...
No buts. You might want to start looking for a new place to live, because this isn't going to work out for you anymore. I am done with this drama.
Kendall, is it true that Greg isn't a full-time employee, but a part-timer?
Yeah, he's a part-timer. After we got married, he became a target for layoffs at his previous company. Now he's working at that family restaurant as a part-time employee while trying to become a full-time staff member. But it seems to be quite difficult for him.
So he's a part-timer. Could that be the reason for your divorce from Greg?
Yeah, at first I thought it would be okay since I had a stable income and could support us both. But the money he makes as a part-timer goes entirely into his personal spending. He doesn't contribute even a single yen to our living expenses. He leaves all the household chores to me, and when he's at home, he just lounges around playing mobile games and eating and sleeping all day. I started to question the point of being married to Greg, and that's ultimately why we ended up getting divorced.
I see. I always thought Greg had the higher income.
So what? If you're saying that Greg's low income is affecting our living situation, then you should really consider getting a job yourself.
Wait, me?
You kicked out the highest earner in the family. It's only natural that you take on some responsibility for that.
No way! I want to be a stay-at-home wife. If that's the case, I'll just divorce Greg right now and hurry to find a rich husband instead.
I don't think it's that easy in the real world. Besides, can you please just move out already? The real estate agent has been telling you repeatedly, right?
What? We're family. Can't you cut me some slack?
Even if we are family, once a real estate agent is involved, there is no room for leniency.
That's just unfair.
Look, London, it's about time you face the reality of the situation. Greg's choices and your decisions have consequences. You can't just expect to stay here indefinitely.
I can't believe this. You're really going to kick me out of my own family home just like that?
Yes, I have every right to do so, especially since I'm the one who's been managing everything financially. You've made your choices, and now you need to deal with the fallout.
But what about the family ties? I thought that meant something.
Of course family matters, but responsibilities do too. If you want to remain a part of this family, you need to step up and contribute.
So what? I'm supposed to just abandon my dreams of being a stay-at-home wife and find a job instead?
If that's what you really want, then yes. You need to adapt to the situation, especially since it was your decision to marry Greg and then depend on him.
This is ridiculous. I can't believe you're putting all the blame on me.
It's not about blame. It's about reality. Sometimes you have to face hard truths, London. It's time to think about what's next for you.
Fine, I'll figure something out, but don't think I'll go quietly.
I wouldn't expect anything less. Just remember, you have to start being responsible for your own choices.
Kendall, I really need you to lend me some money. Actually, I need you to just give me money because I have no way to pay you back. I know you can easily come up with $400,000 just like you did for the renovation, right?
Huh? Who is this again?
It's London, your adorable little sister, London.
I vaguely remember an annoying, reckless sister until recently, but I've never had an adorable one.
This is not the time for jokes. I need money. Please get me $400,000.
Why on earth do you need $400,000?
I've been hit with a compensation claim.
Huh? Compensation? London, what did you do now?
I was just trying to hit the jackpot and find a wealthy husband.
Wait, so did you manage to get divorced from Greg?
Not yet.
What do you mean, not yet?
No matter how much I begged, he wouldn't agree to divorce me. So I had to start dating to find someone else, and I ended up meeting a guy with an annual income of $1 million. We started dating, but then both Greg and his wife found out about it.
Is the guy you're dating already married?
Things were going so well.
Just because you both are married doesn't mean it's going well.
But it turned out that his $1 million salary was actually his wife's income.
What?
He was just a part-time worker at a convenience store.
That sounds almost exactly like what happened between you and Greg. I thought you learned from your mistakes, but apparently you haven't learned a thing.
Shut up. I really need that $400,000 right now.
That sounds a bit excessive. Why do you need that much?
Well, I did some things to his wife to try to get her to divorce him quickly. I scattered garbage in front of their house, sent her some cursed letters, and made silent phone calls. Just a little bit of harassment.
A little bit? That sounds like serious harassment. So that's why you got slapped with a $400,000 compensation claim?
Yeah, and since Mom and Dad have no money, they told me to figure it out myself. They moved back to Dad's hometown.
So you chose to live with that strict uncle you've always had a hard time with, huh?
Exactly. And now he's saying he can't deal with me anymore and wants to cut ties. So that's why I'm asking you. I will give you my bank details, so please send me the $400,000 all at once.
What makes you think I would just give you that money?
What?
Look, everything you've done so far has led to this situation. If you take a moment to think about it, you should understand why I won't help you. If you don't get it, you need to reflect until you do.
I will think about it, I promise, but you'll have to help me.
In the end, London divorced Greg without truly understanding what went wrong in her life. Despite the fallout from their relationship, it seemed she couldn't grasp her own shortcomings. Just a few days after their last text exchange, she found herself facing an unexpected demand. Greg was asking for alimony. Although the amount he requested was somewhat less than the market average, it still felt like a crushing blow for London, who was already drowning in her own debt of $400,000. The shock of it all left her slumped on the floor, feeling completely lost and bewildered. Realizing she had to start working to pay off her debts, London hurriedly rushed to the employment office. She sought a live-in job, thinking that would help her get back on her feet, However, given her previous behavior, her immaturity, and a tendency to underestimate the realities of life, it was hard to envision her thriving in any job. After all, she had been living in a bubble of privilege for so long that facing the harshness of the real world was bound to be a rude awakening. At her new job, the challenges started piling up almost immediately. Just when it seemed she might settle down, she found herself embroiled in trouble with her coworkers. Unable to navigate the social dynamics of the workplace, she abruptly stopped showing up one day without any notice. This led to her termination the very next day. It was a disheartening turn of events, especially considering she had just started trying to turn her life around. The situation worsened as she somehow ended up accumulating even more debt. It's unclear how she managed to get into a deeper financial hole, but it seemed that every choice she made was the wrong one. With her history of bad decisions, it wasn't surprising that her future was looking increasingly bleak. Now, no one knows where London is. Her disappearance has left friends and family worried, yet also somewhat relieved to be free from the chaos she brought into their lives. The last anyone heard from her was a brief message that suggested she was struggling, but since then, it's been silence. The girl who once thought she could coast through life on charm and superficial relationships is now facing a stark reality filled with uncertainty and isolation. Her naivete has finally caught up with her. The consequences of her actions were harsher than she ever imagined. The world, as she's learning, can be incredibly unforgiving, especially for someone who has lived in a bubble of entitlement. It's one thing to make poor choices, it's another to be completely oblivious to the repercussions that follow. Without any real skills or the determination to face the hardships of life, London now finds herself in a precarious situation. While many people adapt and learn from their mistakes, it seems she's still caught in a cycle of denial, struggling with the aftermath of her poor choices. Those who once supported her, family and friends, have grown weary of her antics. They've seen her make choices that led to her downfall and are reluctant to get involved again, fearing it would only lead to more chaos. Even her parents, who once tried to intervene and support her, have distanced themselves. They've grown tired of the drama she brings, opting instead to focus on their own lives. It's a painful truth for London, who may not realize how isolated she's become. In this new chapter of her life, she must confront the reality that she cannot rely on anyone else to fix her problems. The hard truth is that the world doesn't owe her anything. London has to learn how to stand on her own 2 feet and take responsibility for her life. This is a harsh lesson, one that she should have learned long ago, but has chosen to ignore. As time passes, one can only hope that she will eventually find a way to turn her life around. Perhaps she'll reflect on her past actions and recognize her role in her own downfall. The hope is that she can make the necessary changes to become a better version of herself. But until that moment arrives, the question remains, will she rise to the occasion, or will she continue to spiral downward into the abyss she's created for herself? It's a narrative filled with caution, a tale of what can happen when someone chooses to live in denial, ignoring the consequences of their actions. For those observing from a distance, it serves as a stark reminder of the importance of personal responsibility and the reality that life is not always kind, especially to those who refuse to learn from their mistakes. London's story might ultimately become a cautionary tale, illustrating how important it is to face one's issues head-on rather than running away from them. Perhaps one day she'll realize that the only way forward is to confront the past, learn from it, and begin anew. Until then, the uncertainty of her future looms large, leaving everyone who knows her to wonder what could have been had she made different choices.
Hey Douglas, just how close are we to reaching the monthly contract goal I set? We've only got 3 days left in the month and time is ticking. Where do we stand?
Good evening, Alfred. I apologize for the inconvenience, but I'm actually on a business trip starting today for the next 3 days.
What? What do you mean you're on a business trip?
I submitted a formal request in advance. You approved it, if you recall. I made sure all the paperwork was filed well ahead of time, and the notification went to you as well.
Approval? I don't remember giving any approval for this.
Regardless of whether you remember or not, Alfred, the request was submitted and it went through the proper channels. You signed off on it.
I told you I don't remember anything like that. If I don't remember it, it didn't happen. If I say I didn't give approval, then that's the end of it. My word is final. End of story. Now about the contracts, how close are we to meeting the quota? I'm telling you there are only 3 days left and I don't want to hear excuses.
You know, it's a little unusual to set a target this close to the end of the month, especially with only a few days remaining to hit it.
Consider it a warm-up for next month. You can think of this as your practice round, so you'll be ready to hit the ground running when next month starts. You've been here long enough, you should be used to these kinds of targets.
Before we continue, may I clarify something?
What is it now? You're already testing my patience, Douglas.
In the sales department, as far as I understand, we've never enforced individual quotas for each salesperson. Our system is built around team performance and overall department targets. That's how it's been, and that's the policy set by the company president himself. We report total contracts at the end of the month, but individual quotas? We've never done that. You've been a part of this department for a while now, so surely you're aware of this policy.
Yeah, that might have been the case up until yesterday, but things are different now. The president's away on medical leave, and while he's gone, the company's number 2, our vice president, is in charge of everything. So while the boss is out, the vice president is making decisions. And one of those decisions handed down from the top is that we're moving to individual quotas. Every salesperson is going to have to meet specific contract numbers from now on.
This is the first I've heard of this change.
Well, of course, you're hearing about it now. You weren't at work today, were you? We had a briefing this morning where this was all discussed, but since you were off on your little trip, you missed the entire thing. So yeah, no wonder this is news to you.
As I mentioned earlier, this trip was approved, Alfred. It wasn't some last-minute decision. Everything was properly documented.
I don't care. Approved or not, that doesn't change the fact that we have new targets, and if you're not meeting them, it's going to be a problem. If you haven't hit your numbers yet, you need to get back here immediately and start closing contracts. I don't care where you are or what you're doing, that's an order from me, your superior. And don't think you're getting any special treatment just because you've always been at the top of the sales leaderboard. That doesn't mean you're exempt from the rules everyone else has to follow.
I'm sorry, but as I mentioned earlier, I'm currently about 3 hours away from the office.
3 hours? Where the hell are you?
And in the next couple of days, I'll be even farther away. So it's not feasible for me to come back to the office.
What? Are you kidding me? Then turn around and start heading back here right now. I don't care where you are, get back here immediately.
I'm afraid that's just not possible, Alfred.
Not possible? What are you talking about? This is a direct order from your superior.
Look, Alfred, I'm sorry, but I'm currently working alongside someone else and they're calling for me right now. I really need to attend to this, so I'll have to excuse myself from this conversation. Goodbye.
Douglas, wait a second. Who is this person you're working with? You're probably just out there with some junior employee from another department, right? There's no way this trip is that important. You should be prioritizing my orders, not running around with some underling. You're supposed to listen to your boss. Douglas, answer the phone! You'd better pick up the next time I call or you're gonna regret it. Do you have any idea what's gonna happen the next time you set foot in this office?
Kylie, can I talk to you for a bit?
Of course, Douglas. Hey, aren't you still on that business trip? How's it going? You must be completely wiped out by now, huh?
Yeah, you know how these trips are. It's been exhausting, but I'm pushing through. Thanks for asking, though.
I figured. So, what's up? You reaching out to talk to me about work stuff? Something going on at the company?
Yeah, exactly. I got this weird message earlier today from Alfred, you know, the sales manager. He was going on about how there were only 3 days left in the month, and suddenly, out of nowhere, he's talking about quotas. He said something about hitting a specific number of contracts by the end of the month, and get this, He hinted that this whole quota thing will become a regular thing starting next month.
Wait, what? Quotas? That's odd. I mean, I'm not in the sales department myself, as you know, but from what I've heard from some of my colleagues, it seems like the vice president is up to something. Like he's taking advantage of the fact that the president isn't around right now, and he's just going off and doing whatever he wants. It's almost like he's using this chance to push his own agenda or something.
So that's what I thought too. I had this feeling that the VP was pulling some strings, especially with the president out on medical leave. It just feels like a power play, doesn't it?
Exactly. And you know what? Even though I'm not directly involved, I've been hearing rumors. Apparently there's more going on behind the scenes than just a push for more contracts. There's been talk in the break rooms and among some of the senior staff that the vice president is actually aiming for something bigger. Some people think he's trying to consolidate power while the president is out. If he can pull it off, he might be able to secure himself more control over the company permanently.
Man, that's exactly the vibe I'm getting. But seriously, imposing quotas right now? The company's production lines are already running at full capacity. The factory is working flat out to handle the current workload, so it doesn't even make sense to push for more contracts. If we start taking on more work without increasing production capacity, we're gonna run into major problems. It's like they haven't thought through this at all.
Yeah, that's the big issue. If they push the sales team to bring in more contracts, the factory's going to be overwhelmed. There's only so much production can handle at once. And as far as I know, there's no plan to increase capacity or hire more workers. So what's the plan here? To stretch the current workers even thinner? It's going to backfire.
Exactly. It feels like they're putting the cart before the horse here. Instead of figuring out how to expand the production side of things, they're just blindly pushing for more sales. It's frustrating, you know? This kind of management is what leads companies into trouble. And to top it all off, Alfred, who's temporarily in charge of sales, seems to be fully on board with this new quota system. He's acting like it's the greatest idea ever, but I'm not convinced.
Alfred, huh? Isn't he the one who stepped in after the sales department head went on maternity leave?
Yeah, exactly. The department head, Mariah, is on maternity leave, and she's planning on taking the full year off. So Alfred's been running things in her absence, but honestly, he's not doing a great job of it. The guy's always been a bit too eager to please the higher-ups, and now with the VP pulling the strings, he's just going along with whatever crazy ideas get thrown his way.
Well, that's not good. If Alfred is just going to go along with everything the vice president says, things could get even worse. I mean, what happens when the president comes back and finds out what's been going on? Or worse, what if the vice president actually manages to take control before the president returns? If the company's leadership keeps going in this direction, it could seriously hurt us in the long run. And with our wedding coming up, I'm a little anxious about what might happen. I don't want us to be caught in the middle of a corporate meltdown.
I totally understand your concerns, Kylie. I've been thinking the same thing. But honestly, I don't think it'll get that bad. I've actually been talking to some people in the company, including the section heads in the sales department, and they're not happy about the new quotas either. In fact, most of the team isn't planning on following through with these ridiculous demands. And I had a conversation with your dad, too, the factory manager. He's fully aware of the situation, and he's made sure that both the production and sales sides are on the same page. They're not going to let this get out of hand.
Wait, you've already talked to my dad about this? I had no idea you were coordinating with him behind the scenes. Is there something bigger happening here? Are you guys planning some kind of resistance?
I can't say too much right now, Kylie. There are some things in motion, but it's not something I can talk about yet. Just trust me when I say that we're working on it. The situation isn't as dire as it might seem, and we're not going to let the VP's crazy plans ruin everything. The people who care about this company are still here, and we're not going to let it fall apart.
That's reassuring. I guess I was starting to worry a bit too much. I mean, I trust you, Douglas, and I know you'll do whatever it takes to make sure things don't spiral out of control. It's just everything feels like it's happening so fast. And with the wedding coming up, I just wanted to make sure we're set up for the future, you know?
Yeah, I get it, and I promise you we're going to be fine. The wedding, our future together, none of this corporate nonsense is gonna derail any of that. I've got your back, and I'll make sure things stay on track.
Thanks, Douglas. I really appreciate that. You've always been so level-headed about these things. It's one of the reasons I love you.
And I love you too, Kylie. We'll get through this just like we've handled everything else. Now I better get back to work before Alfred sends me another one of his ridiculous messages.
Hey, good morning, incompetent one. Looks like you couldn't hit your target this month, huh?
Good morning, Alfred. I don't recall doing anything to deserve being called incompetent by you. What's going on?
Well, today marks the start of a new month. From today onward, I'm going to be setting some strict performance targets. And just for you, I'll be implementing them starting now. You know why? Because you skipped the last 3 days of the month and didn't even bother to inform me about it. Those 3 days were supposed to serve as a warm-up period, but instead you just slacked off. So I'll be setting even stricter targets for you compared to everyone else in the company.
I've already explained multiple times that those 3 days were a business trip. It was fully authorized and I followed all proper procedures to get the time off. I don't understand why you keep bringing this up. Frankly, it's getting old and tiresome.
It seems you don't understand your position here. I've got the vice president backing me, who is currently the acting head of the company. If I decide to, I can fire you anytime I want. You should really keep that in mind.
I see. So what you're saying is that you and the vice president are actively trying to push me out of the company. Am I understanding that correctly?
Well, that really depends on your attitude and how you respond to this situation.
Is that so? All right then, I'll submit my resignation right now.
What? Wait, what?
I'll go ahead and hand it in during the next company-wide meeting. That way we can make it official and get everything sorted out.
Huh? Today isn't even a day for a full company meeting. What are you talking about?
Oh, didn't you hear? There's an emergency meeting happening this morning.
No one told me about this.
It was a direct order from the president.
The president? Wait, the president is back at the office?
Yes, the president returned to the office today.
Already? I thought they were on medical leave for a longer time.
Well, it seems the medical leave has been postponed. Apparently, there were some urgent matters that needed addressing before they could take time off.
Urgent matters? What does that even mean?
Well, considering the recent developments in the company, it seems the president wanted to ensure everything was under control before stepping away completely.
That's all well and good, but what does that have to do with me?
Oh, by the way, Alfred, I haven't seen you around this morning. You didn't happen to miss today's start time, did you?
What do you mean? Of course I'm here.
Really? Because it doesn't seem like you're at your desk right now.
No, I'm just handling some things. I had a few urgent matters to deal with.
Handling some things? Is that what you call it? Seems more like you're trying to avoid your responsibilities.
I'm not avoiding anything. Look, this is all just a misunderstanding.
A misunderstanding, huh? It's funny how you always seem to have an excuse ready when things don't go your way.
Excuse? I'm not making excuses.
You're being unreasonable, Alfred.
Unreasonable? You think I'm the unreasonable one here? You were absent without a word for 3 days. Do you understand how that affects the entire team? We rely on each other, and your lack of communication puts everyone in a tough spot.
Listen, I had my trip approved and I did everything by the book. I don't see how this is my fault.
Oh, come on. You're really going to stand there and tell me that? We both know the company has expectations and you failed to meet them. You should be taking this seriously.
Taking it seriously, you're the one who's acting like a child. Just because you have some newfound authority doesn't mean you can dictate how everyone else should work.
Authority? You think I'm doing this because I enjoy it? I'm just trying to keep things running smoothly. You, on the other hand, seem to be intent on derailing everything we've worked hard for.
Derailing? Don't put that on me. You're the one who seems to be out of touch with reality if you think your threats are going to intimidate me.
You think I'm threatening you? I'm just laying out the facts. You either step up or face the consequences. It's really that simple.
Simple for you to say, but what do you know about the work I do? You're just sitting in your comfortable chair throwing around orders. It's frustrating.
Frustrating? You have no idea what frustrating means. But I guess you wouldn't know given how you've been coasting along without any real consequences so far.
Coasting along? How dare you! I've worked hard to get where I am, and I won't let you undermine my efforts with your petty games.
This is about accountability. If you want to stay in this company, you need to start acting like it. Otherwise, you might find yourself out the door sooner than you think. Hey, Douglas, what about the morning meeting?
It's already finished.
What?
Oh, I should let you know I submitted my resignation letter in front of all the employees.
You really did that?
Well, to be precise, it was a resignation request, but when I handed it to the president, he cheerfully dismissed it, saying, "What is the next president doing?"
Wait, next president?
In line with the transition of the company's top position from the vice president until yesterday, I acted accordingly. However, the president, who has returned today, didn't grant my resignation, so I will continue to be a part of this company.
Yay, what do you mean you're the next president? Isn't the next president supposed to be my uncle, the vice president?
To be exact, I'm at the stage where I've been asked to be the next president after the next one. It's certain that a new president will be coming soon, but it's definitely not the current vice president.
What?
They'll be establishing a new structure once everything is settled.
A new structure? What do you mean by that? Are you saying there's going to be a major overhaul in how things are run around here?
Yes, exactly. The current management will undergo some changes, and I think there will be new roles assigned to everyone.
I can't believe this. So you're saying you're essentially in line to take over? What's going to happen to all of us in the meantime?
From what I gather, the president is keen on restructuring to make things more efficient. It sounds like we might see some significant shifts in responsibilities, and I guess you'll just have to wait and see how it all unfolds.
This is all happening so fast, it's hard to keep up. Are you ready for all of this?
Honestly, I have my reservations, but I think it's an opportunity to make a difference. Plus, with the current vice president stepping back, it feels like a chance for fresh ideas to be implemented.
You really think you can handle it?
I believe so. There's a lot at stake, and I want to make sure that the team is well supported through this transition.
I guess we'll have to see what happens next, huh? The fact that both the vice president and I are under house arrest is absolutely unbelievable. Why is this happening?
Do you really not have any idea?
What are you talking about?
I'm referring to the former sales manager who left the company 6 months ago after being held responsible for a massive loss.
Huh?
And the former sales assistant manager who was demoted and had his salary cut 3 months ago for losing a contract with a major client and was subsequently transferred to the E-Town sales office.
Wait, what?
You genuinely don't remember anything about the treatment of these 2 individuals?
What are you saying?
If you still think no one has figured it out, I can only say you have quite a delusional mind.
What are you suddenly talking about?
In reality, both of these situations stem from your mistakes, right? You cried to your uncle, the vice president, and successfully pinned the blame on both the former manager and the former assistant manager, securing the vacant manager position for yourself. Meanwhile, your uncle was preparing to set you up as the manager to finally take down the president, who's been a thorn in his side for a long time. Then the news came that the president was going into medical treatment. What? Your plan was to seize control of the company by acquiring a large number of new contracts and expanding the business. You thought that by building up your achievements as a manager, you could force the president into retirement and solidify your position. Alfred, you imposed stringent sales quotas on your subordinates in the sales department just as you were told.
You're spouting completely unfounded accusations. If you keep dragging my uncle and me into this, I will sue you.
If you can, go ahead.
What?
I was on a business trip accompanying the president to directly meet with the former manager and the former assistant manager.
What?
There were many employees who were already on their side, and evidence of their innocence has been steadily gathering. All I needed to do was confirm the earlier conjectures and ask how they wished to proceed, and the former manager stated that he is already working in a different company and has no intention of returning. The former assistant manager expressed a desire to be reinstated to his previous position and salary, but they both share a common wish to sue you and the vice president for damages.
Sue for damages?
Regarding that, the president is preparing a lawyer for both of them.
A lawyer is getting involved?
The disciplinary actions from the company are a separate issue altogether.
What?
I believe you will receive further communication regarding this, so it would be wise not to take any unnecessary actions and simply wait patiently.
Are you serious? This definitely means I'm going to get fired.
You really ought to start connecting the dots, Alfred. This situation doesn't look good for you or the vice president. The board will be taking a closer look at everything that has happened over the past several months. The two of you have created a mess that's now come back to bite you.
So you're saying it's all over for me?
You've been in a position of power, but that power has also brought you a lot of scrutiny. It's not just your actions. The implications of those actions have put a spotlight on both you and the vice president. The way you've handled the sales quotas and shifted blame is creating an environment of distrust among the staff. People are starting to talk.
I can't believe this is happening. I thought I was doing what was best for the company, pushing us forward. It seems like every step I took to improve things is now being twisted against me.
Yes, well, that's what happens when you prioritize your interests over the company's welfare. It's become quite clear that you were more focused on your ambitions rather than fostering a healthy workplace culture. That's going to come back to haunt you.
So, what do you suggest I do? Is there any way I can salvage this situation?
I'd say you just sit back and stay quiet while the investigation goes on, and then prepare yourself to be let go by the company and have to find yourself a new job.
But I don't want to go!
To sum it up, the vice president was dismissed, and Alfred faced disciplinary termination. Both of them ended up leaving the company as a result of these actions. This news spread among our relatives, leading to a declaration of estrangement from the entire family. Although they now have to work to pay off the debt incurred from the compensation claims filed against them, the harsh penalties from their previous positions have made their job searches unsuccessful. As a result, they find themselves forced to take on low-paying jobs, struggling to make ends meet. This situation has led to a life of hardship for them. In the aftermath of these events, the company decided to reevaluate its structure, appointing the factory manager as the new president. I was honored to take on the role of the president's secretary. From here, I will begin my training as a prospective future president. With a wedding planned for next year, I'm determined to focus and work hard in my new position. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Rory? I know this is pretty immediate of me, but this weekend I'll be heading back to my parents' place.
What? You're going home by yourself?
Yup. On Friday night, my plan is to take the nightly bus all the way back home to their town. You're still going to be working on Saturday, right?
That's right. We're in the middle of a rough wave, so I won't be able to take any time off either. Is there something you're going back to your parents' house for?
My friend got into an accident and is now in the hospital. I want to go and see him and all while I still can. Since I'm already going to be back in my hometown then, I thought I might as well just stay with my parents for the weekend and hang out.
So you're staying for the entire weekend?
Yep. I already contacted my parents about it and they both said it was okay.
Is that right?
Oh, what's wrong with going back to stay at my parents' house?
I never said there was anything wrong with that, Robert. Let me just ask this to make sure, but are you sure you don't want me coming with you?
Oh, don't worry about me. This is about me being there with a friend of mine you've never even met, and it's not like you're going to be able to take time off work anyway. My parents were also both saying they only wanted me coming home, so...
I see. Okay then.
I finished work.
I hope you had a good day there.
I did, and now I'm gonna start taking the long bus ride back to my parents' place. Oh, that's right. While I'm back at their house, don't you dare contact me about anything.
What?
Not myself or my parents.
Why can't I?
I'll be going to visit my friend in the hospital, and I don't want it going off all the time. And when I'm back at my parents' house, I'd like to have a taste of what things were like back in the day when I never had a phone. You know what I mean? In other words, I just want to take things easy, huh? If I start getting calls and texts from you, I might start remembering just how stressful things really are for me.
Okay.
I don't mean that as a bad thing, though.
Well, it's not a problem.
Oh, I need to start moving now or else I'm gonna miss that bus. See you later.
Have a good trip. Mom, good evening. This is about what I mentioned to you before. Hello, Rory. And good evening to you, too. How are things going there? Just as I expected. I'm heading back home now is all I really got from him. He told me that he had just finished up work and would be getting on the night bus to head to your guys' place for the weekend. I see. Just to be sure that there wasn't someone like that, my husband and I called all around and heard nothing about one of his friends being in the hospital right now. Everyone around here knows about Robert, so I made sure to ask every single person I could about one of his friends, and nothing came back about one being injured. Thank you for doing that. I'm sorry if that took a lot of your time away from you, though. No worries about that. Another thing, Robert told me not to contact him at all while he's back with you guys. Oh, why could that have been? He said something about not wanting his phone ringing all the time while he's at the hospital. And about how while he's back at your guys' place, he wants to feel like a child again with no stress. Those things. I see. All right then. I'm so sorry for what my little brat has done to you. No, you don't have to apologize. The fact that I have both you and Dad helping me out with all of this has really made me feel strong and confident inside. I'm not sure if that kid is really going to be making his way back here or not soon, but my husband and I are going to do exactly as we told you and head out to that resort for the weekend.
I'll leave all of that to you. Now, be careful out there, please.
Thank you, and you take care as well. Try not to overdo yourself.
Sure, thank you for saying that.
Rory, things are going as we assumed they would. Robert just got here and checked into the hotel with a very young woman at his side.
Roger that, Mom.
So once they've begun eating dinner and a couple of hours have passed since then, we can start our plan of attack, right?
Correct. Please do your best.
By the way, Rory, that woman he's with, she's the daughter of someone I know.
Wait, are you serious?
Because of that, there's no reason for us to change our plan of attack now. That girl has done all kinds of stuff with men and has made a reputation for herself here in town.
So that's the kind of person she is.
I just never thought that my own son would be taken away by someone like her.
Mom,
I'm sorry about that. I didn't need to mention that right now. I'll make sure to tell you all about that woman in a little bit, all right?
Understood. Please and thank you.
Robert, I'm in trouble.
What? Mom? Did something really bad happen or something? I never thought I'd hear that you're in trouble from you.
The car at your house got ran into.
Huh? Are you talking about my car?
That's right.
Wait, hold on a second. I never heard anything about my car getting run into or anything like that. If something like that had really happened, I would have heard about the news of it before anyone else, including you, right? And I haven't heard a word from Rory about it either.
Right now, who all heard first about your car doesn't matter. Just know that your car was ruined when it was hit, and this is an emergency.
I get that this is a huge problem.
Where are you at right now?
What? I'm at a resort with one of my friends right now.
Well, then tell them that something's come up and that you need to head home right now.
What?
Are you more worried about your friend and that resort or about your family and your car, which was just ruined?
I get it already. Yo, Rory, I'm on the bus right now heading back to the house. Did my car really end up getting destroyed after being hit? Well, I never heard anything from you about that before. Does that mean you weren't even aware of that happening yet or something? Hey, are you gonna pick up your phone and reply to me yet? Yo, what the hell is all of this about? Was I really just lied to about my car being hit and destroyed? Who the hell was the one that made up all that crap about my car?
Well, hello, Robert. Are you back at the house now?
Hey, Rory! Where the hell are you at right now? You should be finished with work by now, right?
I'm finished.
Well then, where the hell have you been this whole time?
The next town over, back at my parents' house.
What the hell is going on over there? I heard about how my car was hit and ruined by my mom, which has turned out to be some massive bullcrap.
Oh? I had told your mom that everything would be up to her in terms of that. But I guess telling you that your car was ruined would be the best way of getting you to come home as soon as possible.
Huh? I'm not really sure what's going on here, but you knew about the lie? And you were able to get my mom to lie to me about it all? In other words, both you and my mom were in on all of this? Why would the both of you do this to me?
Were you too busy smooching with that girlfriend of yours at the resort for all of this?
Huh?
I knew you would be, so I made sure that your mom made up a really good lie that would get you to run home without even thinking first, and taking you away from her.
What are you going on about? I don't have any girlfriend right now.
Listen, Robert, sorry to say, but I know all about you and her.
What?
That girl you've been cheating on me with happens to have lived in the same neighborhood as your parents do, but has now been living close to you and I ever since she moved out here after high school. And she so happens to be only 19 years old and working at that favorite bar of yours here in town, right? Did you get so excited about seeing a girl close to 10 years younger than you from the past and taking things one step too far because of it? I'm sorry, but it is frickin' disgusting that a man who is almost 30 now has been having sex with a girl who is just over half his age now.
What? How did you find out about this?
Both your mom and your dad went to a resort close by to their town, thinking that would be just the place you'd be heading to with her. They were both the ones that saw everything play out, by the way.
What?
They saw you checking into the place with her, standing right beside you that whole time.
They were able to find out where I'd be staying with her? How did they manage that?
Listen to this, Robert. I had a look at the computer the other night, and on Google there was still a tab open to that resort, and it was saying thank you for booking 2 nights there this weekend.
What? You used that website as well, then?
Did you not just hear me say that I logged into the computer and that tab was still open? I was actually getting on to book a place for my mom and I to go for myself this weekend. And that's when I ran into what you'd left for me to see.
Damn it!
After having a look at more of the search history thereafter, I found this wasn't the first time you'd done this either. There was at least 3 times you'd gone and booked a room for 2 on that website. But I never went anywhere with you before. That was the moment I realized that you were most likely cheating on me and that I needed to talk with your parents about it.
And so, that's how the 2 of them found where I'd be staying.
That's right, Robert. Next time you want to keep something completely hidden from me, do so by exiting out of those tabs after reserving a room. Or better yet, do all of that on your phone, please.
I should have known something was up when it was my mom telling me about my car having been hit and ruined like she did.
You have always had that soft spot in your heart for your mom, to the point that you'll just listen to anything she has to say to you without a doubt in your mind. Well, that really came to bite you in the ass this time, right?
God damn it!
One other thing. I'll leave everything that comes after this for your dad to handle.
My dad?
I heard something before from him about how he'd be calling in some help in order to get you trained into being a decent human being again. I'm sure someone's going to be there for you very soon now. Can you hear them coming yet?
What the hell is up with this all blacked out van?
In other words, what you're saying is that they're here for you?
That's what I'm saying!
I'm pretty sure you're in the middle of a crisis over there, so it's surprising you can still text me right now.
I told them to let me text you so I could ask one last thing, and so they gave me my phone back and let me talk with you. Why would a blacked out van be sent to get me?
Well, that van is the company van for a mining company.
What kind of mining company are you talking about?
One that mines coal. It's the kind of place ne'er-do-wells like yourself end up working at when the rest of the world can't deal with their childish crap anymore. And where they go to learn how to be a proper adult and someone who can be considered a human being again, instead of some stinky pile of trash. I hear that a lot of the people that go to work in those mines come out changed men afterwards.
What the hell? And wait, I'm not some stupid ne'er-do-well.
And that's why you're going to work there now. You don't seem to get who you really are yet.
And wait, what about the company I'm currently working for right now?
Hey, come on now. I know you've been fired by them a long time ago.
What?
After I found out you were cheating on me, I gave your last boss a call and asked about what you'd been doing at work. Turns out that your last boss and I went to the same school together, and he told me all about what actually happened to you some time ago. You'd make out with your coworkers of yours in the company car and sometimes take them to hotels after work to stay the night. You'd also bring them along with you on your business trips. And then it was found out that you'd spend company money on women, and when asked about all of those things you'd been doing, you said they were all BS. So the company had you fired, right?
Wait, who the hell told you all of those things again? You said it was my last boss who you know?
I am not reminding you who they are. I hear that you already paid the company back for what you used on yourself, but were then asked for some more when the company realized that was only the tip of the iceberg?
Damn it! You've seriously found everything out about me!
If you're really that much of a pile of crap, then you're better off down in those mines being of some use to this world.
I'll go find myself another job instead of this crap!
That's a lot coming from the same man that stopped working after being fired for embezzlement and then used his time and remaining money to go out with a 19-year-old.
But...
As for the divorce and the settlement, you'll hear all about that in a few days from my lawyer.
What?
Start thinking to yourself that you are never going to be seeing me ever again, all right?
Are you freaking kidding me, Rory?
Goodbye forever.
Rory!
According to the neighbors, the scene unfolded like a chaotic comedy. Robert was in a state of panic when he saw a group of muscular men emerge from the sleek black van parked next to our house. The sight of these intimidating figures sent him into a frenzy. He was shouting, "No, please stop!" in a voice that was more pitiful than threatening, as he darted around the yard, desperately trying to escape whatever fate he thought awaited him. It was as if he had lost all sense of dignity. His frantic movements seemed almost comical, flailing about as he attempted to evade them. But in the midst of his chaotic escape, he stumbled over absolutely nothing, a complete misstep, and that was the tipping point. He ended up crashing headfirst into the garden pond, splashing water everywhere. The image of him, completely soaked and disoriented, is one I can't help but chuckle at even now. Despite being drenched from head to toe, the men didn't let him off the hook. They unceremoniously dragged him out of the pond and proceeded to haul him away to the coal mine's dormitory, their intentions no doubt less than pleasant. It was a fitting end to his embarrassing display, though I had to admit I felt a strange sense of satisfaction watching him be taken away, water dripping from him like some sort of a defeated cartoon character. Meanwhile, the female college student involved in this whole mess found herself facing her own consequences. In light of the emotional damages I had demanded from her, she was promptly expelled from her university. It seemed like a swift decision, perhaps to protect the institution's reputation from any further fallout. She quickly found herself a job, likely out of necessity, as the reality of her situation hit her hard. I heard that she also ended up joining the same group that was linked to Robert, which made for a curious twist of fate. When I filed for divorce, I also demanded compensation for emotional distress. The agreed-upon amount would be deducted from both of their salaries at the respective companies where they now worked. It's interesting how life has a way of tying people together, even after a relationship has crumbled into pieces. As for Robert and the young woman, both have now been assigned to different locations within their organizations. They're reportedly undergoing rigorous training under strict supervisors who believe in a tough-love approach to education. From what I gather, they're working hard, facing a kind of mentorship that is both challenging and, dare I say, possibly character-building. It's ironic that they now have to deal with harsh mentors, considering that their earlier actions stemmed from a lack of responsibility. The transition from a carefree student life to one filled with the pressures of a working environment must be a jarring experience for them. Robert, in particular, used to live a life where he could laugh off his mistakes, and now he is likely learning that the world doesn't operate that way. He might be grappling with the consequences of his actions in a much more profound way than he ever anticipated. I often wonder how they are handling their new lives. It's almost poetic justice. While they were enjoying what they thought was a fun, carefree existence, they now find themselves in positions where they have to work hard to regain some semblance of respectability. Life can change in an instant, and for both of them, it has become a harsh lesson in accountability. As for me, the divorce process and everything surrounding it were undeniably challenging. but I feel a sense of closure knowing that they are now facing the repercussions of their actions. The emotional toll it took on me was significant, but watching them deal with their own consequences offers a form of vindication. I can move on with my life, and they have to face their new reality, one that involves hard work and the guidance of tough mentors. I've also started to find my own path forward. It's liberating to think that I can make decisions without having to consider the whims of someone else. While they're caught up in a world of hard lessons and difficult tasks, I can focus on my own growth and happiness. The burden of their choices no longer weighs on me. Instead, I feel a sense of lightness and freedom. The universe has a way of balancing things out, and for Robert and the college student, the reality of their situation is a stark reminder of how important it is to take responsibility for one's actions. They thought they could have a carefree life, but now they're learning that every choice has consequences. It's hard not to feel a bit smug about the whole situation. I can't help but smile at the irony. Life has a way of catching up with people, and while I was the one left to pick up the pieces after their reckless decisions, they are now the ones who must navigate the difficult waters of adulthood with all its responsibilities. It feels like I've turned a page in my own life, and they're now stuck in a chapter filled with lessons about accountability and the weight of choices.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey! Guess who's back in town and ready to turn things up again? Oh no, not today. Please tell me you meant to text someone else. Oh my god, rude! That's seriously the first thing you say to me? Wow, way to kill my mood instantly, Issa. Sorry, I don't have the energy for whatever chaos you're about to drag me into. History has taught me to run when you show up. Drama queen much? Jeez, you act like I'm the devil. I just wanted to say hi and catch up. You never just want to say hi, Nora. You say hi right before you blow up my life for a week. Wow, okay. Way to assume the worst about your own bestie. So judgmental. Bestie? Haven't we outgrown that word by now? Some of us had to grow up eventually. God, you're even worse than Max these days. What happened to the fun Isabella? She used to know how to have a good time. She disappeared right around the time you forced her to bail you out of jail. Remember that? Oh my god. That was like years ago. Ancient history. You need to get over it already. It's a little hard to get over it when you keep creating new disasters. You're like a walking, talking cautionary tale, Nora. Blah, blah, blah. Seriously, you're so boring now. Life's too short to be miserable all the time. It's not miserable to have stability, Nora. It's called being an adult. You should try it sometime. LOL, pass. Not everyone wants to be stuck in a snooze-fest life like you. I'm living free, thank you very much. Free to make reckless choices. Free to hurt everyone who cares about you. Ugh, you're so dramatic. Just because you're jealous doesn't mean you have to be salty. Jealous? Of what exactly? Of you burning every bridge you ever had? Whatever. You're just bitter because you chose the boring life. Speaking of which, I actually need a teeny tiny favor. Here we go. This is the real reason you texted me, isn't it? Ugh, can you not right now? Just listen. I need you to watch Susie for me today. Nora, I'm not even home. I'm across town running errands. I can't just magically teleport home because you decided to dump responsibility on me. Okay, but can't you hurry? It's not that far. You're just being difficult. Difficult? You're the one who's impossible, Nora. Where is Susie right now? OMG, don't freak out. She's fine. I dropped her off at your place. She's probably just chilling on the porch, so you can chill out too, okay? It's not like she's sitting in a blizzard or something. Are you kidding me right now? It's about to storm, Nora. There's a thunderstorm warning flashing across every radio station in this city. Oh my god! You're being so dramatic. It's a little drizzle, Isabella. A few sprinkles. Big whoop. A few sprinkles? She's 5 years old, Nora. She's sitting alone outside and you don't even care. Seriously, she's tougher than you think. Kids need fresh air and stuff. Builds character or whatever. Builds character? Leaving a child alone in a storm builds neglect charges. That's what it builds. Oh, please. It's not like I abandoned her. I knew you'd come running. You're all motherly and whatever. That's not the point. You don't just leave a kid on someone's porch like an Amazon package. OMG, you're so touchy. She's having an adventure. Kids love that kind of stuff. She's fine. An adventure? Being left out in the rain wondering why her mom just disappeared without even a goodbye? You call that an adventure? Well, when you put it like that, you sound like the villain, not me. All this negative energy? Jeez. Negative energy? I'm worried about your daughter, Nora. Forgive me for not being thrilled while she's sitting there soaking wet. It's really not that bad. She'll dry off. Little kids are basically waterproof. I can't believe you sometimes. I really can't. How can you be so casual about your own child sitting out in a thunderstorm? OMG, you act like I left her on the moon or something. She's fine. She's on a porch. Porches have roofs. You're unbelievable. You didn't even check to see if we were home, did you? Well, obviously. I figured you'd be back soon. You're always misresponsible. Always doing the right thing, blah, blah, blah. Unbelievable. You're seriously putting her in danger because you didn't want to deal with her for one day? It's not like that. I had stuff to do. And Susie's totally obsessed with you anyway. It's basically a win-win. I don't care how you try to spin it. You don't just dump a kid and run off. Well, every second you keep texting angry messages is another second she's sitting in the rain. Maybe get moving instead of writing an essay. The very second that I make sure Susie is safe, I'm calling Max and telling him.
Great, can't call. Text only, but I'm here.
Max, thank God you answered. I really, really need to talk to you right now. It's important.
Okay, you're scaring me a little. What happened?
It's about Nora. She dropped Susie off at my house without telling me. just left her there.
Wait, what? She just left her? Like dropped her off and drove away? What the hell, Isabella?
I wasn't even home, Max. I was still out running errands when she did it. One of my neighbors found Susie sitting on the porch alone.
Oh my God, is she okay? Where is Susie now?
She's as okay as she can be, considering. My neighbor took her inside when it started raining. I'm rushing back now. I'm maybe 10 minutes away.
Jesus Christ, I don't even know what to say. This is insane. How could Nora think this was okay?
Because she doesn't think, Max. That's the whole problem. She just acts on impulse and expects everyone else to clean up after her.
This is next level bad. I mean, she's been selfish before, but this is straight up dangerous.
Exactly. And the worst part is, I don't even think she realizes how wrong it is. She probably thinks I'm the bad guy for being mad.
God, you're right. You're absolutely right. She's so far gone she can't even tell when she's putting Susie in danger.
It makes me sick. It really does. That poor girl deserves so much better than this.
I know. Susie deserves stability, love, real attention, not a mom who thinks dropping her off like a package is normal.
I can't believe how close we came to something worse happening. What if no one had seen her? What if she had wandered off looking for help?
Don't even say it. I feel like I'm gonna throw up just thinking about it.
We can't keep pretending things will get better on their own. Nora's not going to magically become a real parent overnight.
No, she's not. And every day we wait is just another day Susie's stuck in the middle of this disaster.
We've given her more chances than she deserves. We've been patient. We've tried to talk to her. Nothing changes.
Yeah, and it's Susie who keeps getting hurt over and over again.
Max, I think it's time we did something more drastic. Something permanent.
I was hoping you'd say that, because I've been thinking the same thing for a long time now. I just didn't want to be the one to bring it up.
It's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be clean. But it's better than standing by and watching this happen again and again.
Exactly. I'd rather fight for Susie now than regret doing nothing later.
She deserves a safe home. She deserves people who actually think about her needs, not a mom who treats her like a burden to dump whenever she feels like it.
Yeah, she deserves a hell of a lot better than this.
Then we have to do it, Max. We have to.
We will, no matter what it takes.
Hey, guess who's back from paradise? Had the best week ever. Like literally top 3 of my life. Oh, good. You finally remembered you have a daughter. Jeez, chill. Buzzkill much? I just got back. Let a girl breathe before you start throwing shade. A week, Nora. You were gone for a week without even pretending to check in on Susie. OMG, relax. She was with you. She's not like a baby or something. You're acting like I left her in a dumpster. You practically did. You abandoned her without so much as a warning or a goodbye. God, you are so freaking dramatic. It's not that deep. It is that deep, Nora. You left your child. You didn't even bother to make sure I was home before you dropped her off. Well, you're always so responsible and whatever. I figured you'd be back fast. No big deal. She could have been kidnapped. She could have wandered off into the woods. Anything could have happened, Nora. OMG, she's fine though. Like, seriously, you're freaking out over nothing. I'm freaking out because I care. Something you clearly know nothing about. Ugh, stop it. You're making it sound like I don't love her or something. You don't even love her enough to interrupt your vacation to check if she's alive. Tell me again about love, Nora. Ugh, whatever. It was a romantic vacation, okay? You can't bring a kid on that. Get real. You know what else is real? Being a mother. But I guess you wouldn't know anything about that. LOL, you are so jealous. You're stuck in a boring married life and you can't handle the I'm out here living. I live just fine, Nora. I just don't sacrifice my child's well-being to do it. Yawn. You're like ancient. No offense, but you act like you're 80 sometimes. And you act like you're 15. At least I still know how to have fun. Not my fault you're bitter. Not bitter. Just disgusted. Whatever. Point is, I had the most amazing week with my boyfriend. I think he might be the one. The one who encourages you to abandon your child? What a keeper. God, you're impossible. Maybe if you smiled once in a while, you'd get it. Maybe if you cared about someone besides yourself, you'd understand what being an adult means. Blah, blah, blah. Lecture, lecture. When are you gonna get off my case? Let a girl live her dream life. Speaking of real life, Max and I have been talking. Oh, here it comes. More judgment. Hit me with it. It's not judgment. It's facts. We've decided we don't want to give Susie back. LMAO, are you kidding me? Dead serious. We want to adopt her permanently. Good luck! Like a court's gonna just let you steal my kid. No one's stealing anything. You gave her away the moment you decided she was disposable. Oh, whatever. Honestly, you want her so bad? Give me 10 grand and she's all yours. You're serious? Dead serious. Cash talks, baby. Besides, I'm marrying my boyfriend soon. Duh. Child support's gonna dry up anyway. Might as well get something out of it. You're vile. You're worse than I even imagined. OMG, stop being so dramatic. It's just business. Fine, we'll pay you. Hell yeah. But on 2 conditions. Ugh, conditions again? Whatever. What now? 1, you sign over full custody. No visitation, no rights, no coming back later when you change your mind. Duh. Not like I want some brat showing up ruining my hot girl life anyway. 2, you sign a restraining order. You stay away from Max, from me, and especially from Susie. Forever. Easy peasy. Where do I sign? Just make sure the check clears, girl. It's not going to be a check. It's going to be official, notarized, signed paperwork. No loopholes, no drama. LOL, whatever. Give me my money and you'll never hear from me again. Good. That's exactly what Susie deserves. OMG, can we wrap this up already? I got a mani-pedi appointment in like an hour. Priorities, you know. Trust me, Nora. I know exactly where your priorities are. And soon, you'll be nothing but a bad memory. Bye! Have fun playing. Hey, stranger! Long time no talk. What do you want, Nora? Geez, cold much? I was just checking in. Wanted to know how my little girl's doing. Your little girl? You forfeited any right to call her that when you sold her to us like she was a used car. You signed full custody away, Nora. You agreed legally never to contact her. OMG, chill. I'm not trying to start anything. I was just curious. You know, wondering how she's been. You don't get to be curious. You gave up that right the second you cashed the check. You don't gotta be so nasty about it. Like, damn, can't I even ask how my kid's doing? She's not your kid. She's ours. Max and I have raised her, loved her, supported her. Every single thing you should have done but didn't. Ugh, whatever. So how is she anyway? If you must know, she's doing exceptionally well. She's attending a private high school on a full academic scholarship. She's a captain of the track and field team. Last year, she won the state championship in the 400-meter sprint. She's brilliant, focused, and thriving. Wow! That's my girl! No, she's my girl. Max's girl, not yours. OMG, chill. Like, whatever. I'm happy for her. She's doing amazing. Clearly she got all that from me. Nothing she is came from you. Everything she is came from who she chose to be and who we taught her to be. Jeez, whatever. You don't gotta get all defensive. I just wanted to talk to her, you know? Catch up or whatever. Absolutely not. OMG, why not? You're so selfish sometimes. I'm her real mom. A real mother doesn't abandon her child for a boyfriend and a shopping spree. A real mother doesn't put a price tag on her daughter's life. God, you're so uptight. Even if you adopted her, you can't change biology. She's still my flesh and blood. Funny how biology only matters to you when you want something. You didn't care about biology when you sold her. You didn't care about biology when you spent the money you got on her on luxury vacations. OMG, whatever. You're so bitter. It's not healthy, girl. Maybe that's why it took you and Max, like, forever to finally have a real kid of your own. That's none of your business. Our struggles are not a punchline for you to mock. Jeez, relax. I'm just saying it must be hard, having a new baby and a teenager in the house. That's a lot. Maybe you could use a little help. What are you getting at, Nora? I mean, if you're feeling overwhelmed or whatever, I could always take Susie back. I mean, it's been years, but no hard feelings, right? You want Susie back? Yeah! She's still technically my daughter, right? I could totally pick up where I left off. You're unbelievable. What? I'm being generous here. You should be thanking me for offering to help lighten your load. Generous? You gave her up for cash like she was an old couch you didn't want anymore. Now you think you can just stroll back in and take her back like nothing happened? Well, yeah. People change, okay? Maybe I'm ready now. Maybe you should have thought about that before you walked away. OMG, stop being so cold. She's my kid, Isabella. She's our daughter. Ours. You are nothing to her but a cautionary tale. OMG, you're so full of yourself. You act like you're perfect. Newsflash, you're not. At least I didn't trade her for a paycheck. You're such a bitter old witch. Whatever. I'll just file for custody and get her back myself. Go ahead and try. You'll be laughed out of the courtroom. We'll see about that. Why now, Nora? Why after all these years are you suddenly desperate to drag her back into your life? Maybe I just want to reconnect, okay? Maybe I just want to have a real mother-daughter relationship again. You think I believe that? After 10 years of silence? After 10 years of pretending she didn't exist? People change. No, Nora, you don't change. You only want Susie back because you're in trouble. What the hell are you talking about? I'm not in trouble. Really? Because according to public court filings, you're about to be charged with fraud. What? How do you even know about that? I keep tabs on people who might be a threat to my family. Unlike you, I protect the ones I love. You're lying. You have no idea what you're talking about. You never notified the court that you gave Susie up. You kept collecting child support from her biological father even after you signed her away. That's fraud, Nora. And now you're going to have to pay back every cent you stole. OMG, no. You don't get it. It wasn't like that. It's not my fault the system's all confusing. It's your fault you chose money over your daughter. Again. Please, Isabella, you don't understand. If they see I have Susie back, maybe they'll go easy on me. Maybe they'll think it was all a misunderstanding or something. It's too late for that. No, it's not. I can fix this. I just need her back for a little while. I already informed the court. They know she's been with Max and me for the past 10 years. You don't have a leg to stand on. No! Formally charged with fraud. The court ordered her to repay every cent she had wrongfully collected from Susie's father during the years Susie was legally in our custody. Of course, she didn't have the money. She had blown through it all on vacations, clothes, and whatever else caught her attention at the time. Now, her wages are being garnished and she's living in poverty, right where her choices led her. Meanwhile, our family is thriving. Susie has fully embraced life with her little brother. She's the best big sister we could have ever hoped for. Watching them grow together has been the greatest gift Max and I could imagine. We're stronger, happier, and more united than ever. Nora made her choices, and she's living with the consequences. As for us, we're living in peace. Exactly the life Susie always deserved.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.